Time of year, y'all. NBA 2K24 is coming out, and so far we've been getting a lot of news. We've been getting a lot of information about how the gameplay has changed since NBA 2K23 came out this time last year. I have been playing 2K for a very long time. I mean, since the first 2K came out, literally. So I've seen the change in this company. I've seen the change in the development of the game, the process, the marketing. And I have to say, man, the way that they go about things now, it's almost as if like they're saying, y'all don't deserve us. Like we're blessing y'all with something so amazing that we can give it to you and serve it up to you however we want. Like, yo, just pay attention to the way that they do things. It's literally like less than 2 weeks before the game comes out, and we're getting bits and pieces of information about the game itself. Like, not just the gameplay and the details and infrastructure tweaks, but actually the game modes, period. Like, this is unprecedented in gaming. As far as like regular games go, you have a lot more information by now than we do with 2K, and I think that this whole thing is getting played out, like, honestly, because we all know what 2K is about. They're about the money. We all know that. So I don't understand, for myself, I don't understand why play games with the information. We are investors too. That's the main thing that I think is being forgotten. Us as customers are the final investors. You have the investors that's involved with having the resources to develop the game, but the main investors are the customers at all times. I don't know if you guys know that, but we are the main people who give the company what they need to keep moving forward. It's us. We decide if 2K makes this game, for real. We decide if Take-Two Interactive makes this game, for real. It's us. And somehow it's gotten reversed. I think there's been like a psychological reversal where we're thinking like we don't have the power. And to our own dismay, now we have a company that has decided to change the game as far as how a game is distributed, as far as how a game is advertised, how a game is marketed. And honestly, I don't want this for the rest of the games. I don't know about y'all, but I don't just play 2K. I play other games as well. And I would hate to see this marketing strategy, this strategic, like, information landfall, like this. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't want this in the rest of my games. I don't want this in the rest of my products. It feels weird. Like I know I'm about to buy this thing because I play the game. Like, I'm going to buy 2K. That's kind of like locked in for the year. Like, I don't go into a year saying, I'm not buying it 2K, because that's just not me. I'm a hooper, so this is it. I don't have another option. There was an NBA Live 24 and you caught me saying I'm getting 2K for sure, then then you'd have a complaint. But as far as buying 2K24, I'm going to do it because I'm a hooper. It's going to be NBA season. I'm going to want to play the game. I'm going to want to, as an older guy now, I'm going to want to parlay with my friends and catch up with my family members that play. And it's just a good social activity, I think. Beyond being obsessed with the game, like, there's people who's obsessed with it and, it's their life. And, that's great. But for me, it is a social activity. And I noticed that this social activity is getting predatorial. It's weaponized almost now. You have to pay to be competitive. You have to pay to stay competitive. And you have to also pay or grind countless hours for the fun stuff in the game. The modes that don't cost money, like My NBA, I think that they've done a great job in the past few years of kind of like catching it up to like having more depth to it. I still think there's so much more they can do with My NBA. I have my own list of ideas, and maybe that's another video I should make, but you know, I think that 2K's done an okay job of catching that, but it's nowhere near what you would the fun of multiplayer, the fun of going to the rec, going to the park, being in the theater, whichever one you do in that situation. But it's still not quite there yet. So I think that catching that mode up with my team and my career would be a gamer friendly move for the company. I don't think that's going to happen, but you know, there's just not too much you can do without having to pay. Play Now, I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but the gameplay, the sliders in Play Now are horrible. The game moves in slow motion. Your players move in slow motion. All the releases are freaking on very slow, it seems like. Maybe if there's, you know, obviously there's guys with quicker releases, but the releases are slow because the game speed is slow on Play Now. And Play Now just doesn't play like it's just cheesy. Once you start playing and you win a few games and you move up to the next bracket and you play some guys that can really play the game, it's so much cheese to be done in Play Now mode. Like, it's so many different, just, I don't know. Maybe this whole pro play thing will help. You know, I'm not really, for me to be sold on pro play, I would have had to see some kind of footage of it. And, you know, we have the little Kevin Durant clip that's all they've given us, is that one Kevin Durant clip. And I don't know, man. That just doesn't, I don't know. That doesn't do it for me. So maybe I see some more footage of that. Hopefully there's no dangers in pro play. I mean, basically you're saying that you can do a lot more than just regular mocap. You can mocap footage. Now, 2K has always done a decent job with branching animation branching, you know, where a animation transitions to another animation. Madden has not figured that out. That's the problem. That's a major problem with Madden, is that they haven't figured out animation branching. 2K has pretty much done a pretty good job at updating the animation branching. Like, so, you know, are we going to be consumed with pro play animations? Will there still be any like physics-based animations, any cause and effect animations? I'm ready to see that. Maybe a month from now, this part of the video will sound really dumb, but I'm ready to see that. Yeah, we're in danger, man. You know, this whole season pass thing, the rep is back, which is great. The rep grind is back, which is great. It doesn't have anything to do with the seasons. Rep is rep again, thank God. It's not gonna reset every 40 days or whatever. That's awesome. That's amazing. Now the season level pass, that's, bro, I don't know about that. I don't know about that because you know, who is that pertaining to? Like, I know as a grown man, I'm a grown man, so I know as a grown man, I'm not about to spend any amount of money on like accessories that have nothing to do with improving my player on the game. I'm not gonna buy any like cosmetic stuff. So, you know, obviously I usually buy an outfit or two for my guys. You know, like, I'm not gonna do too much, you know, go in Swags, get something cool to wear, you know, probably unlock some clothing items that are decent to wear during the seasons, but I'm not going to buy a season pass and all it is like arm sleeve and a scarf and a hat. I'm not doing that. But there are kids who would do that, and that's the problem. So 2K has decided to have a season pass where you basically level up throughout the course of the seasons. Seasons are coming back, pretty much the same, probably the same style. Probably not going to change too much about seasons. I don't care, you know, what information they throw out there. They're not going to change too much about it. They've just separated your rep from your season level. So there are two different things now. We have the rookie to legend grind back. Awesome. Okay. And you have your season grind is separate. So all together now, my career grind, for the people who play my career, you have a my career grind. You have a rep grind, a rookie legend grind. you have a season grind, and you also have a badge grind. So they also changed the way that badges work. So now what you do on the court is going to be what your player becomes good at, which is awesome. I used to play wrestling games, and your wrestling game in your wrestling games back in the day, in your career mode, you used to get improved. You used to get better at moves by doing the moves. You know, in games like UFC, you get better as you use the move. I think that's a good move to make. I think that was part of the way NBA Live works is, you know, not necessarily with the badges, but the way your player progresses has more to do with what you're doing on the court, not necessarily just the fact that you're playing the game itself, like just completing games. You have to actually do things on the court that decide what kind of player, you know, you're gonna have, you know, and now you will have a signature move. That's what I like about it, is you will have a signature move. If you like to fade away from the elbow, that fadeaway will become your signature move. All right, so if me and my friends are in the rec and we need a bucket, we're like, all right, go, you know, let's get that fadeaway for such and such. You know, let's get that fadeaway for Tim. And, you know, now we know, okay, he has an upgraded fadeaway, it's boosted, whatever they want to call it, and he can pull that off when we need a bucket. I like that idea. I like that idea, and hopefully they can find ways to make more of the game with that kind of logic towards it. You know, like, obviously you've established your season pass, you're gonna get plenty of sales for that, I'm 1000% sure. Now we can focus, now that you have that over there, now that you have that paywall over there, now can we get to making the game skill based? Can we get to getting some of the cheese out of the game? Can we get to, you know, competition? Because that's the beauty of separating rep from season. Now you choose if you want to deal with seasons. If you want to be all about the season, you want to pay just to level up, you can do that. But for the people who want to just play the game and have it be towards, like, the people who want to show skill on the court and actually play simulation basketball, or not 100% simulation, but want to I don't know, play vicariously through the game, you know, actually control what's going on the court and make decisions on the court like you do in real life. You actually make decisions constantly on the court in real life. That's how 2K should be. It shouldn't be, oh, in this scenario, I'm going to do this, and when you get here, you do that, and when you stand in that corner, you do this. Like, it should be constant decision making, constantly. You know what I mean? Because that, anybody that's played basketball on a high level knows that's what's going on, is just constant decision making, constant choices. You know, like where to be, who to guard, who to switch to, who to rotate to. They have to find a way to reward people who do that. In the rec, they have to find a way to reward people who pass the ball. They have to find a way to reward people who move the ball, make better passes. They have to move the amount of XP you get up for the people who actually don't feel like every time they touch the ball they have to shoot it. What about those people? Doesn't matter. I have a few builds who can go get it, but at the end of the day, man, the teams who win in rec are the teams who pass the ball willingly to the open players. That doesn't matter. The teams who win in rec are the teams who willingly pass the ball to the open man, who willingly pass the ball down the court. You know what I mean? The teams who walk the ball up the court and think that one person has to bring the ball up the court every time, and he's walking the ball up the court and doing his little move combo set. Once he gets to half court, those teams barely ever win, man. They barely ever win. The formula has been the same for the rec for years. So since the way you win in rec is passing the ball, why not reward great passers a little bit more? We'll see, man. I really wanted to touch on this a little bit. I definitely have a lot more to say about what's going on in gaming, period, but definitely with 2K and definitely with this Madden, man. So tune back in, bro. Hit the like button. You know, if you thought that this video, I don't know, confirmed something for you or gave you some information, let me know in the comments if there's anything that you think you want to say. Holla back.